27th, 2026.
Sorry about that. Yep. Okay, we're good. Continue.
The next commission meeting is, get my agenda out here,
Should be February 4th.
February 4th, 2026, 4 o'clock in this room 205 of the second floor of 111 North Front Street. Commission and city staff, will you please swear in? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do. Morgan Graff.
Very good. We don't swear in, but just if you would introduce yourself.
Bhakti Banya.
Ned Thiel, Vice Chair.
Effie Yin.
Karen McCoy.
Very good. Thank you. Speaker slips need to be filled out stating name, address, and affiliation of any topics you want to talk about. That will be right now. They have to be done before the meeting. We move on to the first one. Stating name, address, affiliation, agenda item number that you would like to address. Speakers are to address the chair and limited to 3 minutes and are called in the order of receipt that we get them.
If anyone would like to speak about a property specifically on the agenda.
Not the owner.
Not the owner.
Not the
Yeah,
owner.
we'll go down each item on the agenda. It's just if separate public comment about the application on the agenda. Mhm.
Very good. I think we can get started.
Almost, Commissioner Thiel. We do not have any public forum, just FYI.
Very good.
We do need to do approval of staff approvals of the right-of-way applications
Yeah.
that start on page 3.
Mr. Chairman, I have to recuse myself from 584 South Sixth Street, which is COA 2501354.
Okay.
Any other recusals?
No recusal.
No other recusals? Can I have a motion to ratify the right-of-way staff approvals?
I move to right away the staff approvals.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, it passes. The motion and the staff approvals for right-of-ways are approved?
I can do that with a recusal.
Yes.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because you're doing the whole list.
Oh, the whole list.
Yes,
That's what I
Commissioner
thought. I
McCoy.
just wanted to make
Mhm.
sure.
But you
Yeah,
have to recuse
you're
yourself
good.
from that specific one.
So approval of staff, the normal staff approvals. Any recusals?
No recusals.
No.
None. Can I have a motion to ratify the staff approvals?
Make a motion to ratify the staff approvals.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting of December 3rd, 2025?
Make a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting, December 3rd, 2025.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? They are approved.
And then we can move on to the applications.
Move on to the applications. Continue applications number 1, COA 2500103, 199 Burger Avenue.
Okay. so
Alley.
This application, the owner did inform me maybe a couple hours ago that they would not be able to attend the meeting and would like to continue into February. So if we want to make a motion to continue for this
Very
application.
good. Can I have a motion to continue?
Oh, you are?
Oh, you are here.
Oh. Someone did tell me that they weren't able to come. Oh, then never mind. I do apologize. Okay. For 199 Burger Alley, correct? Okay, we're 199 Burger Alley. So James Kenny, you're here for that?
Different property, but I did send you an email.
Okay, so not 199 Burger Alley. You are not here. Okay, so this owner for 199 Burger Alley did email me
They
to let
said
me
they
know.
were not,
Yes.
okay.
So if they would like to continue it, we can.
Very good.
Motion.
So on application COA 2500103, 199 Burger Alley, I move to continue.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None? Motion carries.
All right, thank you for that.
Agenda item 2, 551 City Park Avenue.
City
Tenpenny
Park.
Properties? We will come back to that one.
The next one is 551 City Park as well, Commissioner Thiel, so.
We will come back to that one. 175 East Deschler Avenue. Very good.
We're on 4, correct? Yes, we are.
Gentlemen, raise your right hands. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I
Yes.
do.
State your names, please.
Bailey Moore.
James Hubbard.
And you represent, you are the applicant or
We are the contractor.
contractors? That's, I just want to verify that.
Wonderful to know.
Very good.
Okay, proposed work description is landscaping. Install new landscaping within boundaries of existing planting beds. Remove existing corner style wood steps and replace with new straight wood steps. Flagstone walkway to be adjusted to accommodate new step layout. Remove existing 3-foot tall iron fence and replace with 6-foot tall wood privacy fence to match the rear yard privacy fence. Removal of brick landing between the steps and fence. For staff analysis, the German Village guidelines note that the high fencing should be kept at the rear of the property with lower fencing towards the front of the lot. HPO staff notes that the current fencing facing the street is a 3-foot tall wrought iron fence, with the proposal being a 6-foot tall cap and rail wood privacy fence. HPO staff does not support the change in height and opacity of the fence at this location and recommends that the applicant provide a fence that is similar height or material to the existing. Staff recommends continuation of application, COA 25-01265, to allow applicant time to amend their application to be more in line with city code and German Village guidelines. Basis for staff rec is 311613, standards for site improvements, A, B. And then German Village guidelines, fences and walls, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. That.
Anything to add or
Yes,
make a point on?
the fence in question would be where that existing wrought iron fence is, towards the back corner of the property of the house. They have a pool in the backyard and would like a little bit more privacy. They are across from the Schiller Park, the community center parking lot. So there's a little more activity than around the other areas of the park. So it's that area just to kind of seal the backyard in.
That's
Anything
good
else?
to add, yep.
Commissioners? Comments?
Is there another fence around the pool or is this the only?
There's a wood fence around the rest of the property.
I thought a 4-foot fence was required around the swimming pool.
This is a existing,
And is it 4?
I believe it's 4 or
Okay.
3. Sorry. There's that was there for prior to our
Yeah,
involvement.
it says
Yeah.
3 feet.
Yeah, it says 3 feet on sheet 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have anything to do with the pool installation. It has an auto cover on it as well.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
there you go.
There's the answer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Do we know how long that iron fence was there? Is it,
We're not sure exactly. I imagine it's not original, but don't have an exact timeline on how long that's been there. It looks more recent style wise.
Well, I am. So we had from your neighbor, 165 East Deschler, back in April of 2024. Requested a 6-foot privacy fence, but this was at the northwest corner of that property.
Yes, that would be on the like the mirror image of this one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but that was at the northwest corner, not the southwest corner.
So this would butt into
Yeah.
that wooden fence.
So at that time, the commission wasn't against a 6-foot high privacy fence, but
Mhm.
they felt it should be way back farther
Okay.
Mhm.
than at the front corner.
This is at the rear corner. of the-
And yeah, that's my point. Okay. So ultimately that fence wasn't part of the design. They didn't put any fence up at all.
Mhm.
But that was when they originally came and that was our comments 2 years ago or a year and a half ago on a similar situation. I just wanted to verify what we had done would be consistent. With
And that's
what we-
165 Deschler, Commissioner?
Yeah, right next door.
so would it be more appropriate if we go to page, a site plan to move, to have that privacy fence, push it more to the back, yeah, align it
back
with that
corner.
corner instead of kind of halfway. I mean, you can
That'd be
argue if it's a
acceptable.
side yard or rear yard.
I'm
Right.
better. I agree with Effie. I think that's more appropriate that it's at the back corner.
Okay. Yeah, I believe the client would be acceptable to that.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to do some landscape changes and
Yeah.
whatnot because of that, but I agree.
Mhm.
My other comment was on the stairs. I have no issue with the stair replacement itself,
Mhm.
but I think the design for the stair garden railing is required and we should see that
So, okay.
rather than just saying it's similar.
Mhm.
In my opinion, it should complement the existing porch railing design, but not mimic it.
Okay. And for those changes, would that be another committee review or would that be a?
My opinion is yes, because
Okay,
I think you're going to want to submit landscaping changes too.
okay.
Since landscaping is included in this and we're asking you to move it back farther, I think your landscape architect is going to want to take a look at that.
Even though the landscaping would be behind the fence?
Yep, that doesn't,
Okay.
Got a couple
Since
landscapers?
Nothing from the.
yeah, I got a couple of landscapers on board.
Okay.
Commission, they need to take a look
It
at
would
it.
just be lawn, it's lawn up to the fence now and it would be lawn up to the fence if we moved it back. That's still would
Yeah,
require
I think,
commission
I
review?
think we'd like you to revise it and
Okay.
take a look at it. That's my opinion. I will leave it up to the other commissioners to comment also.
Yeah, agree.
Do,
So are we continuing?
Would you like us to continue it then? I'll
Uh,
give you the ability to revise and get it all straightened out and,
Yeah, I guess that would be is that the only option then is continuing? There's no, we can just move the fence back and then resubmit it or what? I guess I'm confused.
well, I will ask the commission how they feel about it. Would be either go to staff approval or subcommittee.
There are those options as well.
I think I would,
Subcommittee is an option,
Yeah, which I don't support.
subcommittees.
Yeah, because we're not getting responsive.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then, if continuing would feel better for the commission, or of course, a staff approval of us, looking over the final design plans, but
Yeah,
that is what the commission would be comfortable with for their voting purposes.
I think I will encourage you guys to come back with the stairs railing included detail on that and the revised site plan.
Agree.
okay, do I have a motion?
Before a motion, just to make sure we covered everything, is there any other comments from the commission about the steps, landscape, anything about the landscaping in particular, or is it just mostly the step and fence details for this project?
I don't have any opinion on the plant species and the stairs.
All right. Just want to make sure we have everything
Okay.
covered before.
Very good.
So even though we are okay with the landscape as designed, we would still need to review the landscape again, even if there were no changes? If I
Well-
understand that correctly?
Because you're moving the fence, you're going to
Yeah.
be moving that segment of the landscape.
Yeah, I imagine we would just shift that whole row right back. Like, that's too complicated for a staff approval, I guess? If it's just sliding that.
No,
5 or
that's
6
not an
feet
issue. I mean, we could break this into part A and part B if you want, but it does that.
I guess that would be nice to maybe start with the fence, so we could get that going, just since the client, wants to continue the timeline of construction. So if that could work, because since the landscape won't go in until later in the spring anyways, if we could get the fence maybe broken out for a staff approval. Is that an
We can
option?
approve, I think we can approve the fence
If that would be.
if you're going to
all right.
relocate it to the back corner. All right, do I have a motion to break it into two parts then?
Okay. Item number COA 2501265. I move to separate the application into Part A for the replacement of the fence and Part B for the wood steps and railing.
You want to make fence and landscaping?
Yes.
Fence and, okay.
Second,
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. It's now part A and part B.
Okay, so item number COA 2501265, item A, fence and landscaping, I move to approve with the fence being moved south to align with the corner of the house.
second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? Fence and landscaping is approved as modified by you.
And then final drawings to be submitted to staff for
Yeah.
final approval. Just
And then on part B, we will continue
And that is the railing
the
detail.
railing detail.
Really?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so item COA 2501265, 175 East Deschler Avenue, Part B, wood stairs and railing, I move to continue.
Second?
Second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Part B is continued.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Morgan, when's the deadline for the next?
Deadline for any applications that are on the agenda today would be a week from today. So that is the 14th for any revised drawings to be submitted to us, to be continued on to next month. Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Perfect.
Do we have anyone here for 551 City Park?
No one's come in yet for that.
All right. And let's go on to 318 Burger Alley.
All right. I just swear in the applicant.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Commissioner
Raise your right
Spillier.
hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
State your name, please.
Christopher Cash.
All right, so this is landscaping. This is installed new 9-foot by 18-foot brick paver parking pad in the side yard of the property. Remove 9-foot section of rotten fence to the west of the proposed parking pad. Existing door that leads out to the proposed parking pad to be secured and shut. Staff analysis for this property. So the ownership has changed. The applicant did inform us earlier that the ownership has changed since December the 17th, but the design has still stayed the same even with the new ownership. So we'll just continue with this application that's being submitted. The applicant is proposing to remove a 9-foot section of fencing to accommodate the installation of new 9-foot by 18-foot parking pad in the side yard of their alley facing property. A curb cut would not be required to accomplish this parking pad due to its alley facing condition, but the installation could encourage the side yard parking of a motor vehicle, which is discouraged by the 2005 guideline amendments on curb cuts. Staff recommends approval of application 25-01281, 318 Burger Alley, estimated with any all clarifications, to be submitted to HPO staff for review and approval prior to issuance of certificate. Basis of staff rec is 311613, standards for site improvements A, and German Village guidelines, sidewalks, walks, driveways, patios, and parking lots 1, 2, and 3, as well as GVC 2005 guideline amendments for curb cuts. And that is all from our end, so.
Applicant, do you have anything to add or discuss?
There is no curb cut. If you look at, there's, just all flats. I don't know why that's, I know there's an ongoing issue with the city of German Village, but there's no curb cut there.
Yeah.
Also, in regards to, and I think it was Sophie that told me that no side parking is allowed. I live in German Village. I took a 3-minute drive through that house. There's actually in Burger Alley. There's Mohawk. I think that was Lozelle.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another one all showing side parking. That one was like right behind Calendar Cleaner. That's another one right behind the property in Burger Alley. So there are several instances where it has been approved.
Commission?
I think this is a specific condition. I'm okay with the side yard parking, but I do have some questions regarding this proposal. Just like the site plan, it means almost like a sketch. I want to know where the property line is, like, and looking at the picture, it looks like you have a concrete steps, right, coming out that existing door. Is that gonna be removed?
Yes, it'll be removed.
Okay.
And in talking to Sophie, she originally I was gonna put a window in where that door is
Okay.
so when you look down the side of the house, there's 3 matching windows. And the
Okay.
entrance to the house would be the door. But she said it'd be preferred to leave the door and just secure it shut. So I'm open to whatever. It doesn't, I can match the windows up and I think there's some more pictures in there.
So I'm just looking at the Google aerial. It looks like the fence, it kind of return, right? There's a section
Yeah.
parallel with the
Fence.
alley.
It's a mess.
Is that gonna be, so what's the property line here?
So from the edge of the house to where my property line is 7.5 feet. And I realize that we need 9 by 18.
Mhm.
The neighbor for the girl behind me, that's actually her property. She at least fairly is offered or accepted an easement for basically another 2.5 feet. That would give me 9.5 feet.
Interesting.
So, yeah, so I'm going to apologize because we had no business meeting because we didn't have quorum to have a business meeting. I find this documentation very inadequate for us to act on. I'm going to follow up with what you're saying. We need a 2-scale drawing of what's going on here. I mean, you've got a 9 by 18 parking lot indicated, but the back of the lot is 25 feet, so that's really out of proportion. So we need a 2-scale drawing. I want to know what the adjacent structures are to the west. I want to know what the property lines are. I would like the required setback indicated. And where's your main entry now that you're getting rid of the front one? I mean, it's still going to be there in,
So right now there's 2 doors on the side of the house.
okay.
So the main entry would basically, I don't know if it's really in that picture, but you go into the back door. There's 2 side doors.
Another
right?
picture down their side. Yeah.
If I can get there.
Go on.
Hang on 1 second. Oh, maybe this one.
Might.
Oh,
yeah,
right
you
here.
Barely see
So
it
it's
there.
on the addition.
Yes, yeah, I believe that was an addition.
Okay. Also, what's the status of the metal fencing across the front? You haven't said anything about what you're doing with that.
What fencing? There's no fencing.
Oh,
That's
what's-
gonna be torn down.
Okay, that's what we need to know.
Right. So that's gonna be.
That's part of your applications, that you're gonna be taking that fencing out.
Mhm.
That's what.
And we have to determine whether it's contributing or not, and whether we would allow you to demolish.
Yeah.
My comment is, a 9 foot wide entry walk, because we don't allow side parking, whether it's there or not in the village, to a rear entry or patio appropriate at this location would be the big conversation. But we need a drawing to understand better what's going on.
Would it be helpful for the applicant to submit an as is, as proposed as well?
Exactly.
For site plan?
Exactly.
So just a site plan of what is there now currently with the fencing, how the fencing is laid out. You know,
Question.
same thing with the AC unit that's on the property, and then including what will be changed in your,
That would be
updated.
behind the fence.
Okay, we just need
Okay.
to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And the existing drawing shows what you're gonna be demolishing and removing, and then on a drawing that shows what you propose to do.
So the fence that you're proposing to remove, are you removing it just to to where you're keeping the other fence? So we need to know.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Basically
Saving it.
moving it 18 feet
Fence
back,
return.
which would
Right.
be
I need to.
just before the air conditioner.
And then there'll be a jog, right? Because that's less
Yeah,
than
then
what you
jog.
need. So we need to see that entire condition, what you're,
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
And if you have an easement, we need something indicating what that really means as well.
Just verbally giving me the okay.
And we need documentation of
Mhm.
that.
In writing.
so a letter from that.
We need
Or-
to understand what that is.
Okay.
Looks like there's an existing tree in that side yard too. It would be nice to show what you're proposing to do with the tree.
It's full of poison ivy. It's gonna be cut down. So that's my plans, but understood.
Yeah. If it is to be cut down, it does require COA, just FYI, just to let you know.
To cut it down,
It's on a
Yes.
tree.
Yes, especially if it's a over 12-inch caliber, so
12-inch.
caliper.
Diameter.
Yeah, it's a diameter.
It's probably 5 or 6. Do I still need?
If you, it would still need a COA, so it could either be a staff administrative approval or it'd need to come to commission if it's over a 12-inch caliper. So it would still need a certificate of
Okay.
appropriateness, so.
COA
yeah.
for tree. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I can submit that all for the February 4th? As long as I get all this back in by next week.
Yes. Yes. And the tree, again, if it could be a staff approved, which we can talk about later, it can just be submitted as a separate application. This is just continued for this portion
Okay.
of it, unless anything else is changing on the
Okay.
application.
And I did print some, and I didn't upload them. I don't know if these help, if I should re-upload them I just kind of did.
I think the big issue for us is we need documentation of what the drawings are and what the existing conditions are. But we appreciate your photographs.
Okay.
Save them for next meeting. All right, sorry about that.
Okay.
So I assume you would like us to continue your application to next. Okay, do I have a motion?
Item number 5, COA 2501281 318 Burger Alley, move to continue.
Second, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, none. Your application is continued to next month.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Want to see if anyone's here for 551 City Park, Commissioner Fields?
Yeah,
Okay,
very good.
we can circle back. Fine.
Excuse me a minute here while I'm not digitally aware, but very paper oriented today.
It is number 2 and 3. Commissioner Fields.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, but nothing but the truth?
Yes, I
And
do.
state your name, please.
Elizabeth Seitz,
And you are the applicant? or the owner?
applicant and owner.
Applicant and owner. Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, this is for exterior building alteration for the windows, remove one existing window and replace glass door.
Yes. So we got all of the other windows approved in the
Yes.
previous. So this is just for that area number 8 that
Okay.
is circled.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, so for this, yeah, the application was previously reviewed in September 2025. Would the commission like me to read over those minutes from September 2025 at this time
Anyone?
that are included in the staff reports? Okay. The applicant has provided the requested materials, and HPO staff note that the door and side light will match the width of the existing opening. Staff recommends approval with any clarifications to be submitted to HPO staff for review and approval prior to issuance of a certificate with the following conditions. There are no conditions, I apologize. Basis of staff rec is 311611, standards for alteration 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, and 12, and then German Village Guidelines Windows, page 62. Right, thank you.
Anything to add?
Nope.
Commissioners?
No.
I just have a couple of things.
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming the siding is going to be salvaged and reused when you take it out.
Yes.
Okay, so that would be a condition. Running trim should be per page 78 of the guidelines. And will there be a stoop and stairs in the future that you will be applying for?
Yes. There will be limestone steps to match what we did at in the front.
Okay,
And again, I know based off of that application, that top step will align with the foundation and not go above.
okay, but we need to have documentation.
Yes,
for
we
that.
will
So that'll be in the
before that,
future. I
yes.
just want to verify that. Okay, that's all I had.
Because we're going to replace the steps that are on the current back door and those as a separate
Okay. I
application.
just wanted to make sure that we're following through on everything we need to. Anything else, anybody?
No. Item 2, COA 2500864 551 City Park Avenue. I move to approve as submitted.
Second.
What clarification that the trim needs to be
Trim.
per
Oh.
page 78 of the guidelines.
With the clarification that the trim needs to be per page 78 of the guidelines.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Application passes. You got a COA.
I'm going to stay seated because I.
Yes,
the next
item number
too.
3551 City Park Avenue.
We don't need to swear in because you're already sworn in. We'll just go to our staff report. This is for exterior building alterations as well for HVAC. This is to install 3 wall-mounted HVAC units per submitted site plan. Each unit to measure 31 inches wide, 11.25 inches deep, and 20 inches high. The frontmost unit will be placed 22 feet back from the front facade of the building and approximately 47 feet back from the street. Each unit to be mounted at the height of the top of the foundation. HPO staff notes that any wall-mounted HVAC units should be mounted through mortar joints if mounting through the masonry foundation. And HVAC units should be screened from view with either low wood fencing, landscaping, or a combination. Staff recommends approval of application COA 2500836 with the following conditions. that units be mounted through mortar joints, not through the face of the masonry if applicable, and screening to be installed to shield units from the view from the right-of-way. Basis of staff rec is 311611, standards for alteration, as well as 311613, standards for site improvements, letter D.
Anything to add,
No,
commissioners?
it looks like this is all attached to wood frame, correct?
Yes, from what it appears, from it being at the top of the foundation is what I'm assuming.
It'll
It
be-
should be on framing, correct?
Yes,
On the wood framing?
Yeah.
Or the wood siding?
it'll be, yes, it'll attach
Attached
through
to the wood frame structure, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right, then, I've lost my place here and what? Okay, item number 3, COA 25.
Oh, wait, whoop, whoop, whoop. I have a comment. So I'm okay with this.
Commissioner Coy's ready.
I'm okay with this, as long as it's not visible from the street.
Yes,
So
as-
I think you need to address the design of that gate closure at the
Yes,
east
that
end.
was, we are proposing to do a new gate in a later application, but what we
I
are.
think this is part of this application because they need to not be visible from the street.
So what we were proposing were to use, from a landscaping perspective, 30-inch planters to kind of do container garden around those mini
Units?
split units so that we have time to redo the gate.
So my feeling as a commissioner is this is not approved until we see what you're going to be hiding them behind,
Okay.
whether it's planters or revising the gate or
Or,
whatever.
um,
It's got to be opaque.
okay.
I mean, I'd like to see the design, the type, opaqueness, and location of what you're going to do before I would approve the units. Before I would approve the units. That's just,
I agree.
So this is the other proposal that we just found since the time we submitted to now, which is a louvered.
So before we continue that, we do not typically accept new materials. They have to be submitted prior, unless the commission is all right with seeing the new materials at this time, but typically we do not accept them at the meeting.
Okay.
It's just what has been
So
submitted.
if I submit the new screening, could it be a staff approval that we could get this approved and hopefully heating installed in this unit in February?
If it is technically fencing, if it follows the staff approval list of course, board to board, not dog ear for German
No,
Village
this is-
specifically, then they could be, but again, that's up to.
But I don't think that's what you're asking for.
Mhm.
You're not asking for fencing, right? You're asking for some kind of screening.
Correct. Well, I'm asking, it's a louvered,
why don't you share it with us so we can,
And that's fine. Again,
Yeah.
it's just up to the
Yeah.
commission, but typically
Let's-
we do not.
yeah,
accept.
it's a louvered box that completely hides the unit. That then we can paint to match the siding. We're already going to paint the conduit that goes up.
So that's your long-term
This
solution.
would be a
The
long.
planter
term,
is the short term.
And then the planter would be the short term. This would be the long term, along with in future getting rid of that chain link gate and doing something more screening
how
on
far are
the,
these mounted up the wall?
up the wall. They're
Yeah.
only 21 inches off the ground.
2 feet. We have a hard enough problem with standard compressors on the ground.
Yeah.
These are really offensive to all of us being up the wall, even though they're low. I'm not sure that's a solution that I would accept for wall mounted split units. It's not much better looking than the unit itself,
Okay.
in my opinion.
So.
We allow the covers and stuff like that around floor mounted compressors because they're usually in landscaping. This will
Okay.
not even be.
So if I'm understanding what you said previously, the better solution would be to have an opaque gate.
Yeah,
that you
address the
can't
gate
see
at the
down
front.
that-
Yeah.
Okay.
It saves you the cost of buying a cage for each one of these.
Yep. Okay. Is there something in the guidelines that talks, if you flip back one page there, you can see what's there as just a chain link gate. So from an opaque perspective, it's just a solid wood painted gate to match the siding.
I don't think we have a problem with that.
Okay.
And it can be flat top, no dog ears in German Village, or of course, top rail, bottom rail.
Or, yeah, frame kind of deal, but I'm okay with a simple solution like that for staff approval as part of this as a
Okay.
condition. I am.
Perfect.
Yeah, if it follows the guidelines of
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
allowed. then
Yeah.
I'm okay with that too.
Okay.
Would the commission be fine in the same location that the fencing is now for the gate?
A
Or
lot
would they
of-
like it to be
For
off?
me, I would say yes. As probably not, but,
It's hard to tell.
I would.
Looks like
setback.
okay.
You want a
little,
setback?
at least,
Okay, I mean,
yeah.
that's fine. We can, if you let me know what the setback, because those units, it's a good 10 or 15 feet back, so have plenty of room for
You
a
also,
setback.
it looks like there's also the, is the gas meter there also?
Yeah,
So in between that corner board and the gas meter?
And the gas meter, I think is.
Okay,
what would be
For
preferred.
setback.
setback.
so,
And it seems like there's chain link and there's something above it too.
yeah.
There is an old wrought iron gate above it. It is not connected to the chain link.
But it's connected to both the buildings.
Yes, it does go from
And
from
that
side
would,
to
that
side.
would, that would be taken out.
Yeah.
Okay. So can we give a minimum depth that you think would be appropriate from the corner of the house?
It looks like 3 feet. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
For off,
I would say 18 inches or so, just
Okay.
to clear that corner. of the
Yep, I'm
building
just
and
for the benefit of the
looks like
applicant, giving
that's
them,
Possible.
at least a minimum dimension. All right,
18 inches back from the corner.
minimum.
So what's the distance, if the unit is installed from the face of the unit to the
I think
neighbor, building facade?
on that, one of those drawings,
I don't think you
I
have.
thought
dimension.
it's,
Yeah.
it's a
not-
good 10 or 15 feet back. I know it's 40 feet from the sidewalk.
Commissioner Ian, are you referring
I'm talking about
to
the width,
from the
not
neighboring
deck, yeah.
building
Oh,
to this
yeah.
unit here?
that, I think it's about 4.5 to no more than 5 feet.
They don't seem to need it for emergency egress.
Yeah.
so.
Mhm.
Okay.
With that, do we have a motion?
Item number
3.
three, yeah, COA 2500836. Move to approve with the stipulation that the screen fence will be installed 18 inches behind the facade of the building.
And
And then,
staff can approve.
And the design can be approved by staff.
Okay.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Your COA is approved as modified.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, I will get that submitted as quickly as possible.
we will send you a letter just letting you know what needs to be
Fabulous.
submitted and all that stuff. We can go through that. Thank you very much.
Almost done with this one.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Okay.
On to item number 6, which is 640 Mohawk. Do we have anyone from 640? There we go. Karen, I have to recuse myself from this one.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Got you covered, Karen. Don't worry.
You sure
I am too close on those
You do.
ones.
All right, Commissioner Coy, you can swear in the applicant whenever you're ready.
Do you, what is it? promise?
Do you-
Do you
I was gonna
state-
say, we do have a nice cheat sheet over there.
Oh, you know, I don't rifle through his papers, so maybe you want to do that.
Yeah. I was gonna say, it's right here.
Do you swear to affirm or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
And my name's Megan Dixon of Greg Dutton Studio.
All right.
Before we continue, Commissioner Thiel, I apologize, but it is carrying up this way, so I'm sorry. Thank you very much. All right, so proposed work description for this application is to construct a new 1.5-story, oh gosh, 1.5-story addition at the rear of an existing addition to the residence. Property was previously reviewed as a conceptual application at the December hearing, COA 25-01269. The following is taken from the December 3rd minutes. Commissioners were generally supportive of the proposed design. Commissioners requested the meeting points of the 2 roofs be simplified if the shingles and roofing materials allow. Commissioners recommended slopes match existing. Commissioners discussed the cladding material of the proposed dormer and determined the slate is appropriate. The window heights were considered appropriate and slate should be slate with clip corners. The existing addition was approved by the Commission in 2019 and construction was completed in 2020. A copy of the COA and variance recommendation has been included in the material packets. Staff recommends approval of application COA 25-01358, 640 Mohawk Street as submitted with any all clarifications to be submitted to HPO staff prior to issuance of a certificate. Basis of staff rec is 31-16-12, standards for new construction, as well as 31-16-11, standards for alteration, and German Village guidelines for alterations to existing structures, additions, page 92 to 94.
Does the applicant have anything to add?
From conceptual meeting, I've just included 2 additional wall sections to detail out the proportions, the material there. But essentially we are matching existing material to what was constructed in 2020, other than introducing the slate shingle, which is repeating what is on the original structure that is on Mohawk Street itself. The addition is all at the rear of the property. It's not visible from Mohawk Street. The only change we are introducing that is visible from Mohawk Street is the bifold door, which is replacing an existing door and an existing opening that was part of that 2020 addition. Yeah, that elevation there.
Any comments from the commissioners?
So the shingle that's being proposed on the addition is matching the shingle that's already on the existing building. Is that what you said? In that it is dog-eared. The color is different. Is there a difference? That
like-
they would just be newer, so they wouldn't be weathered in the same way that those are. But we're matching the 15-degree pitch back of that dormer.
Okay. Thank you.
I have a question on page 2, the site plan. Looks like the existing condition, there's 2 steps.
Correct.
And then the proposed is 1 step.
Yes, we will step down
Okay.
in the addition to accommodate that height difference, just because we're closer to that garage. So we would only have 1 step down from the addition to the
Okay.
existing
Okay.
sidewalk.
Anything further?
I don't have any.
I have a motion.
Before the commission continues, staff is just noticing that this retaining wall is existing. We're just wondering if that will still be existing or that needs to be altered in
No,
any
that is
way.
existing. From what I understand, when this 2020 addition was proposed, they were very adamant about protecting the existing tree in the backyard, so
Mm.
we would not be modifying that.
Okay, thank you. Just for clarification on that. Sorry, Commissioner White, just noticed that.
Patio will stay as it is.
Correct.
Okay.
Want to make a motion?
Yeah, sure. I move application 6 COA 2501358 640 Mohawk Street to approve as submitted.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You're approved.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you very much.
And I'll submit shop drawings. That's what works with that. That's it. Appropriation.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm. Thank you. Yeah, we'll be in communication. Don't worry. Thank you very much. All right. Wait for Commissioner Thiel to come back to the table. But we will be moving on to application number 7 for 878 South Lozelle Street.
What's the action?
And
Raise
just,
your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
State your name, please.
Jeffrey Wolf
And you are the applicant,
Yeah.
the owner.
and both.
Thank you, sir.
And before we begin, just to let the commissioners know, we have started our conceptual application. So this, no action is taken on this and just preliminary review of what is being proposed. All right, so this is to demolish existing structure to block foundation, rebuild 2-car garage on existing footprint and original foundation with the addition of a second floor living space above the garage. Existing staff analysis, the existing cinder block dwelling was built in 1950 according to the county auditor. The county auditor and the Sanborn maps attached. An addition was added on in 1964. This makes the dwelling old enough to be considered historic based on national and local standards. From our records, the property has had minimum alterations that has included roof replacement and painting. HPO staff does not encourage the demolition of contributing structures and encourages the commission to discuss if they would be in support of the demolition of the existing dwelling before evaluating the design of the new proposed garage. Staff recommends the commission provide feedback to inform the applicant's design to inform the applicant. Wait, what am I writing here? I'm so sorry. Feedback to inform the applicant of their design for a future GBC hearing. Basis for staff rec is 311612, standards for new construction. And I believe that's it from us. So thank you. Apologies about that.
What do you have to add, or you heard their
Well, look,
position on demolition?
Yeah, the thing is, so I don't know what you guys are looking at. Oh, here we go.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
that's it. So I own the block, that spans the block from 874 South Third. My garage is 873 South Lozelle. That property was built, the carriage house garage was built in the 80s. The house, both houses to the north of this were demoed and built in the 80s. The other garage, which one of them has a single car garage, I have pictures of these properties. So this whole street has been demoed and rebuilt, basically, with garages for all the residential portions.
Can you clarify what you mean by it's all been demolished and rebuilt?
Well, so I have some additional pictures for you today, just of my block.
Okay.
I've only got 3 of these.
So,
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm. No, thank you for
Yeah.
asking, though. Thank you for asking.
And I do have some additional.
Okay.
You guys can share.
Mhm.
Yes, please, that'd be great. Thank you very much, Jeff. I appreciate that.
So what you have is, that's my street, that's my block.
Okay.
And there's only one other, this particular garage was actually built in the 40s.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It was before the property was split. It was one parcel, 878 South or 878 Mohawk. And during that period of time, as I know you're aware, cinder block was cheap. It was being used for construction of garages throughout the village and other areas.
Mhm.
You know, the economy in World War II was making materials short, but was not originally found in German village until the Great Depression and World War II era. So, and it was usually garages. Every other garage there's only one other cinder block garage on that block that has not been torn down. And it's in there. You can see it. It says built in 1950 as well. The difference is that's still one parcel with Mohawk. The owners live on Mohawk, and they use that garage for their parking. And it has not had a single update. Those owners have owned it since 1940.
You're talking about the one with the gambrel roof?
It's just a garage. Yeah, it's towards the back. I don't have
This one?
Yep.
Okay.
So it spans the whole block, right? So it goes from Mohawk to Lizelle.
All the way through.
All the way
right.
through. It's the only, well, there's on Third Street side, there's a couple, me and one other that span the block. But in the other one that on Lizelle does not have a carriage house. It just has a garage.
Yeah, can you, no, let's get oriented here.
Yeah.
Exactly which is the building in discussion or
Okay,
demolition?
so this is the earlier map that shows the parcel, the original. So
Yeah,
right there to the right, it's the one. Yeah, that's it.
that's it right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Whittier, Sear, Mohawk.
yeah.
Okay.
And then there's the unit here.
yeah.
Yeah,
so-
no, there we go. That's better.
So just to show you the block, this is me. And this was two parcels originally. I
Mhm,
purchased the front back in 2000
Mhm.
and then bought that and made it one parcel again. This was already here. It was built in the 80s. It's a 2-car carriage house. It's in there. It's got the full 2-car driveway and the two-car bays. And it's got an upstairs apartment. That's here. This is a rental now. They don't have any off-street parking. There's no parking on this side of the street. This is a long-standing neighbor. They have a parking pad on Third. So these are probably one parcel at one point. You know, these are cottages or garages, apparently back in the day for a lot of these primary homes. Where I lost my perspective. Okay, so this is a home. I don't know why there's nothing there. That is a 1-car garage is built in the 80s. One driveway, driveway, 1-car driveway and 1-car garage. Nice lot, nice backyard. This is my carriage house. Over here, this is a newer build. I didn't even look at because it doesn't have a driveway or garage. This is a 1-car with existing, you could tell it's historical curb cut. 1-car, complete new construction in the 80s, 3 stories. This is a rental. This is that garage that you looked at. That's still the 1950s cinder block. That property, just incidentally, the owners of that have been several generations, same family, owned it on Mohawk, have not put a single dollar into it since 1950. That's at least recorded. So that makes sense to me that you would have a historical cinder block garage for a garage, but everything else on there is residential. And it's just not practical for that property. Do we have a picture of the property itself? They have not done a penny to it since it was constructed. It was constructed as a garage, not as an apartment. It was converted to an apartment probably because of the economic woes of the day. The door's not even standard height. The ceiling's not a standard height. There's mold throughout. There's literally nothing has been done in there. When I bought it, it's by half chance that I bought this thing. I'm not a developer. The neighbor back there was they were good people. They lived there for a long time. They were paying $1,000 a month in rent. And I heard it was going on the market. My friend just purchased right next door to me from around the corner. They live on Lansing now. And he told me about it. And I said, well, I'll buy it if I can keep the tenant in there because someone else is going to boot them because they're only paying whatever amount a month. So I put an offer in of what I could afford to keep a tenant in there for that amount. And then they accepted it. But then the tenant was moving out anyway, which I didn't even know. And then I got to see it. So I bought it without even walking through it. It was like a hoarder's show. It was pretty bad inside.
So is this on a split lot then? Or you said you own all the way through the mall?
Yeah. I think it was.
This was
split.
originally, I owned on Third, so I owned
Yeah.
across the street. This was originally owned by 878 Mohawk.
It was part of that property?
Yeah.
Okay.
They split it off. They built this in 1946.
That's
They
a
were-
garage to
Yeah.
that house.
As a garage.
Okay.
Well, no, the garage we don't know was built. They asked for a building permit to convert a garage to a dwelling in
Okay.
1946.
Oh, in 1946. So it was a garage prior to 1946 and converted to a dwelling unit in 1946.
That's right. So my vision is let's put it back to a garage as it originally was. And by the way, I haven't even talked about the parking mess that's going on here in Lizelle. I have new pictures in here and I was trying to illustrate how horrible parking is. And one I've actually put a red marking around. That was the tenant. This is a Google Earth map. This is how far he has to park. This is north at the very furthest that the property is towards the south of Lizelle. And So I'd be removing what, to take the curb cut back that was already there is my first question. Now, I don't think it makes sense to just have a garage without a residence on this block. Although that would be an interesting concept, I guess, for my neighbors that
There are
don't
other
have
ones.
parking. But I looked at the Mohawk property, the original, they have side parking, so they're not going to have a use for it. My goal, and I don't know if there's a picture in here, the very last picture on this, on the little packet I just handed you, is a property that was built recently on just a block north on Lozelle, basically the same footprint. And is a much pretty, it's nothing, it's actually historical to the era, the original German Village. My point was if we had the commission back in 1950 or 40s, they wouldn't have permitted these cinder blocks. So, I understand the practicality of it. And I think if it's still a garage for the primary residence, it makes sense. But this has now become a residential street, not a street of a bunch of garages.
Well, I'm going to point out to you that I have a 1960 era cinder block garage that was approved very early in the commission process,
19, what era?
60s.
60s.
And it is not contributing, and I couldn't do anything with it if I wanted to.
And even though it might not be from the original era of when German Village was established, things over time do achieve their own significance historically. So even if it is a cinder block garage, since it was built in 1950s, and there are so few still left, it does actually, contribute to its significance. in
Yeah,
the
it actually
neighborhood.
does.
My thinking is this, if I was out here to try to make money with this property, I'd throw 40 grand into it and turn it back into a rental and I'll just be done with it. What I'd like to do is to use this property to potentially make a much better parking situation on that street and to beautify this property. It is not a good looking property. I don't think we could slap enough lipstick on that to bring it out. I don't know. But if I was just trying to maximize the profit on this, which is not my objective, it would be just to keep it as it is and turn it into a rental as it's been for the last 50 years, 70 years.
So this is conceptual commission.
Mhm.
So currently, what's the height of that building? And you would propose, it is
Well, I
just
wanna
one
take it to
story, so
20
you want to
feet.
take
We
it,
want around us.
you want to take it to 2-story, right?
Second, full floor, second floor.
Right. And then are you going to use the same footprint as the existing?
Okay.
Is that what you're proposing?
That was what I figured I could keep from the historical perspective was the footprint. It's got a nice yard. I mean, I want to keep it. I mean, first thing I saw is like this, what? I mean, this is a really great yard for German Village. And as German villagers, we all love our green space.
Yeah.
So that in and of itself will be a nice improvement that I'll make. I've already gotten a survey completed for the property. But my goal would be, okay, if you guys say, look, it was originally a 2-car curb cut. We want to make it's reasonable to take it back to its original 2-car garage. And then let me then go design, get some real design for you to consider with a living space above. That's my objective today. And by the way, my property, I've had 2 renovations, both went through commission. John B. Hall did both those projects. So I sent you pictures originally, all the stuff on my home that's original still from pre 1900s.
If I may add with the commission, if this does come as action for the future, I know that you did have the nice little historical note up here, Mr. Wolf, but if you wouldn't mind just including those documents, such as the permit for it being a garage originally that you did locate.
Well, I have the article for the dispatch. This is
Oh,
from
where is that?
1946. I couldn't find any permits. This is
Okay.
an article in the Columbus Dispatch that announced that the owner.
Oh, yeah, just a link or something. Is there a link? Okay, I might have missed it.
It's the actual copy of the article from the dispatch.
I don't think I see that. I might be missing it. Apologies about that then. I was just gonna say, if it's not included, just if you don't mind including
You
that.
don't
for-
have it. That was quite a find.
That is a fine.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, if you found it, it'd be great to
proud of
include it.
Oh, newsworthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there, because it said, everything said 1950s. I'm like, this thing wasn't built 1950s. It was modified in 46. And then I had the phone directories from all the people that lived there, but there was, the ownership only changed one other time, so it was a rental.
Mm,
And it was, and the son of this couple that owned that property on Mohawk, he died the November before they applied for the permit, probably in the war,
yeah.
in the permit to create this dwelling. And again, this is all post-war and Great Depression era, so they probably needed some money. I mean, I don't know, but that's what.
Money income. Yeah.
Sorry, just a note
Here
for
it is.
future review.
Here, I
That,
can just give it to you now. You want me to? Yeah,
um,
I think it's just a copy of what I submitted.
yeah, it's unfortunately not in the materials at this time, but yeah, if you want to just submit that later, just for the next application review, just for that
When we
information
come-
for the
when I
commission.
come-
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just,
Assuming you approve this,
well,
green light this.
yeah, depending, but
So this would, so your proposal, just to go back to what you're kind of asking us to consider, it would be a two-story structure with a two-car garage?
Yeah.
Is there an existing curb cut? It's hard to see with the car parked in front of it.
What's the question? What's the question?
Is there a curb cut already
It's a
there?
two-car now.
there doesn't appear to be a curb.
There's no
Doesn't
curb
There
cut.
was though.
Yeah.
There had to have been. And you can.
I know,
tell-
there had to have been, but I'm thinking they probably,
But there's sandstone curb there too.
Mhm.
yeah.
Well,
The
they
whole
replaced
curb.
it. They got in trouble. Apparently, the owner, if you look on the website or the city, this commission, it says some kind of violation in 2019 of replacing the curb. So, you know, she owned a bunch of rental properties. I didn't know her until this transaction, but she owns like 40 properties or something.
Mm.
Anyway, but my point is it's not really historic beyond whenever they, you know, the fifth, you know, I don't know when they took away the curb cut, but there was one there. That's my point.
Or there was no curb
Or no curb, yeah.
back pre-1945. Other thoughts, Commission? Guidance for the applicant?
Do we have, are there any photos available of what the structure was prior to the conversion to residential?
I wondered that too, and I don't know where to find them.
I mean, this is so hard to find what I found.
I know.
I would love to have found exactly what it looks. I would imagine the garage, the one that you're looking at might have been closely similar. If you could imagine, they probably were all doing this around the same time. I don't know. This street might have had a whole row of these cinder block garages. But I mean, there's only one on the street now, and that's the property whose residence is on Mohawk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And with the other thing about the parking, this would take basically one spot off the street and two in. So, and if you talk to any of these residents, they would all sign a letter saying
Yeah,
this
I'm
would be a
sure.
good thing.
unfortunately, I think the building as is contributing. And I don't think converting it back to a garage would be appropriate at this point because it's been residence in this shape and this visual form since 1945. Minor repairs or addition maybe, but not a change in use or even demolition. Certainly not demolition. It's very German village. It's been there for 45, 60, 40, 50, 70 years, so. Way too long for us to allow it to be demolished, in my opinion.
What about keeping the cinder block walls, the foundation, and then just building up?
I think you could go up above that and not change that. If you want to make it a bigger unit, we certainly would do that with a garage. We've allowed that to happen. On existing contributing garages and ones that are not contributing yet, there's two new. But you would have to be able to do that architecturally wisely. That would be compatible with what's here and what you're doing. I'm not sure exactly how you would do that.
So if I can make
That's up
it
to you.
economical, I mean, 'cause that's important too.
Yeah, oh God, yeah.
To turn it back into a garage and go up, but keep the cinder block, keep the foundation, everything as original.
I wouldn't support converting it back to a garage even with the second floor.
Oh, no garage. Okay.
It's been there forever. It's part of German Village as is.
As a garage, it was been there even
Nope,
longer.
nope, as a residence. Garage is its history.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my opinion. So,
The Sanborn does indicate it as a dwelling, of course, in the 1961,
Mhm.
even possibly earlier, as it being a dwelling unit, just to let the commission
Well,
know.
yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely not a dwelling before 1946. We don't know when it was constructed originally. There was on the earlier the 1920s map, there is a feature there, likely a shed or something. It wasn't the same footprint. But I just think that, I mean, I see some interesting historical significance if you keep the footprint, make it a garage back to what it was originally in the 20s likely, or 30s, and then still make it a dwelling, and maybe even make the dwelling, the facade or something look similar to what it is now. Maybe make the garage doors look like this charming little thing that it looks like right now, the front. Would that be a consideration?
for me, no.
Okay.
But for me, as a quirky converted garage that's been a residence from 1945 in German Village, as is, it is contributing. That's my opinion.
I would say it is, it is, for lack of a better word, it has so much character to it. And even from what you described, Lizelle is no longer like backs, it's fronts of homes. And it is not just garage after garage. So adding a garage is not actually going to contribute to the street as much as taking a car off, two cars off the street. I mean, in German Village, you're used to parking on the street, so I don't think like that would be that big of a consideration. I do think adding, doing a two-story addition, I think is something that I would be open to, because it does follow the rhythm, it seems like, of the street. There seem to be more two-story buildings on that section. And it could be a really nice, charming two-story without parking. The garage part of it, I think, may not be as important to that building as continuing for it to be dwelling, but could be interesting to be a two-story dwelling unit. And just leave, because the curb doesn't even exist anymore, just leave that condition as is without parking. But going back to making it a residential presence on the street, just nicer than it is. I would be open to that.
I tend to agree with my fellow commissioners. I think I'm open to see, the concept design to convert it to a two-story structure, but keeping the historic footprint and structure. Yeah, I feel like if you have to, the building is not that wide. I mean, it's hard to imagine. I mean, I feel like convert to a garage, the proportion and the scale, it kind of just unbalanced, and
It'll just be all garage door.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be all garage door if you do a two-car garage. So it's not the presence on the street is just gonna be a garage door.
and it's so close to the curb.
Yeah.
I think it will
Okay.
disrupt
let me
the
ask you this.
pedestrian flow.
What about a one car? With a living space, so I could keep a lot of this kind of look. And the living space on the first floor that walks into the backyard. And then a one car on the right side and the living space upstairs. As a
Doesn't
compromise.
change my opinion. Sorry.
Is that the image that you have at the very end of your?
I just don't know if you yeah, there's a one car right there. I mean,
Yeah.
that's AI generated, but I mean, all the materials would have to be approved through you guys and all of that, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying,
No, to me, as this is contributing and not subject to being modified or demolished. It's just been there too long.
So this is, none of you would support this, even a one car. Are you all saying no one's like supporting a garage in any way? Don't waste my time and money getting.
I would
drawings.
not like to see a garage door added to this street and, the facade in the street.
Does it matter what the owners of this on the street think? Doesn't. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Conceptual 183 Alexander Alley. Don't have to swear you in because it's conceptual.
Still have to swear in.
Do we really?
Yes, I believe so. Let's.
All right. You promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
State your name, please.
Brenda Parker.
I'm almost positive. Let's be safe though. for this moment,
That's a good,
so.
I totally support that.
Thank you, Commissioner Thale. All right, this is to construct a new addition utilizing a portion of the existing screen porch on the south side of the property. And the new addition proposes to increase the footprint of the porch area by 26 feet. According to the 1901 and 1921 Sanborn map, the property was originally a 2-unit dwelling with a single-story porch in the rear. Shed dormer on the south elevation and rescreening of the rear porch was approved in 2003 under COA 0389. Existing porch was enclosed and screened after 2000. Let me get to those images. I apologize. Staff recommends the commission provide feedback to inform the applicant's design for review at a future GVC hearing. Basis of staff rec is 311612, standards for new construction, as well as standards for alteration 311611, and German Village guidelines for alterations to existing structures, additions, page 92 to 94. Oh, it is glitching on me, so hang on one second. Oh my gosh. All right. Having some tech issues, I apologize. Oh no, no, don't do that. Okay. Stick with us. We only got a couple more.
Fatigue.
Apparently, I'm not sure, Commissioner Thiel. So that's the screened in portion. Just go down through the images. Right, and I'll go to the proposed design. Apologies on this. All right, there we go. Sorry. Here's the proposed addition on the rear, as well as for the porch entrance, I'm assuming. Correct. That's an infill as well.
Yeah, existing
Brenda.
porch,
Okay.
just adding the wall.
Okay. Thank you.
What you up to?
So we met on this project 3 or 4 months ago, and I just said, are you even open to it? And it was a maybe. So we went ahead and pursued some design work. And what we landed on was potentially keeping the screen, part of this, the roof of the screen porch is going to stay as is. And then the part that faces the street and part of it that faces the yard, so the kind of that corner visually that you would see from the side street would remain as is. And then we would take the portion that's adjacent to the existing bedroom and add a primary bathroom and primary closet. So I had worked originally within the existing footprint of that porch, but
the owners wanted to give a little bit more space in the closet and bathroom, so we stretched it into the rear yard a little bit and kind of turned that gable.
You say
Big.
rear yard, is that to the north or to the east?
It's
both?
so the south is left, so it's to the east. They have a
Yes.
corner property, so it's just
Yes.
really into that.
Yep,
kind of-
okay. But not to the south.
Not to the south. No,
Okay.
no, not to the south. They want to maintain the kind of the gravel patio
Okay.
that they've worked on for a few years. So then the second piece is taking the porch and enclosing it so that they can get a mudroom, so they can get, because we're to get that bedroom a little bit bigger, we're taking the closet space from the existing plan. Actually, it makes the living room bigger. It's a tiny living area. They have 2 girls. So the girls, there's a second floor plan for reference. So the girls, they're getting to the age where they each want their own bedroom. So they would each have a bedroom, and then the owners would then move to the first floor.
When does that porch date from?
Oh, that's a great question, Commissioner Thiel. I believe it is newer. I'd have to go back through the
I think the
files.
low one is significantly older, but this one I think was on the commission when we approved this.
Yes,
porch.
because originally this was a 2-unit. It was made into 1 unit, and yes, I think this porch here did come to the commission. This one is older.
It's been there.
Yeah.
forever, Yeah.
Mhm.
So
But we
it's-
can find that information.
So it's the left one historical, it is a historic
Yeah,
structure?
it's been there forever. I'm guessing,
The long porch.
yeah,
Mhm.
it potentially could be. We'd have to verify that.
Yeah, we did find it on the
It's getting close
Sanborn,
to
so-
being if it's not.
Right, yeah. Would be nice of a document showing the Sanborn map.
We can include that. We thought we did, so.
It's had
please,
work
Commissioner-
done on it.
yes.
It's had work done on it. over the years.
Yeah, I think it keeps rotting out at grade since,
Yeah.
the wood posts and the wood.
Does it have
Still-
foundation under it? I don't.
I don't think so.
I don't think so
We'd have
either.
to kind of, temporary support the rough structure, dig out the foundations and put
Yeah.
the walls up.
That's what I remember historically about it.
Yeah, there are some close-up images of kind of the rot, and some of them you can kind of tell it's just sitting right at grade.
They weren't built to last.
But the roof structure is in great shape.
Yeah. And that may have been replaced. I know work was done on this porch in the past. And that's the porch you're enclosing.
So this is the newer porch? you
Mhm.
think?
I
Mhm.
believe so.
Yeah, from what it looks like of just the material that
These
has been
owners have done
used.
a lot of nice work with the addition and the garage and some other stuff over the years. Anything else?
No?
Feedback from the commission?
But it seems like the screen porch from the screen porch, the outline is visible from the adjacent alleyways, but it has it has windows that are, like faux stained glass in it. And, there's not really much of a presence of a screen porch there. So it feels to me like that's still what is there is being kept, and the part that is being infilled is not visible.
But if it's a historic structure and they are proposing to expand it to the rear yard, is it appropriate?
To the north.
Yeah, to the north, yeah. By two
I,
feet.
I'm really against the 2-foot addition
Yeah.
Okay.
to pick up a garage, to pick up a closet rod. it needs to align,
Okay,
it needs to stay aligning with that wall.
okay.
Yeah, if anything, I would say it's an existing footprint, so aligned is fine. If it was an addition, we would have asked you to push it even further back, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not too keen on the push out either. Although I guess there would be, when you get down to it, it might be nice to have a little bit of a difference because that elevation is going to change. It's going from a screen to a real wall.
Yeah, that's something we need to talk
Yeah.
about.
So we do
too.
need to talk about how
Yeah.
that's reconciled. I don't think those two surfaces want to be flush. But it's probably more of a few inches rather than 2.5 feet.
I would like to see a wall treatment there that respects the original sequence of posts and openings, et cetera. Whether it's windows and panels or something like that, but still
Okay.
carries that through.
Okay.
Proved that in the past.
Yeah.
I believe with an infill.
So using it as a starting point and saying, hey, these are windows, we're gonna convert these to windows, we're gonna convert these to solid panels to get the same kind of interior treatment that you're looking for.
Okay.
And I'm almost okay with the other porch.
Okay.
You don't have any
Yeah.
big issues with that because you're basically doing that with there, which is how we typically would expect.
So are you proposing a stoop or some stairs on the other side of the mud room back to the yard?
Yes, that way they have the ability to go into the yard or into the street.
It will match the amount of stairs
Yes.
facing the alley.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm okay with the that porch proposal.
Anything else, commissioners?
Yeah. It looks like on the elevation drawing with the addition that the panels, like that little piece of elevation we see looks like it represents infill. Then just looking at the plan, it didn't seem that way, but I
Are
know
you
these are
talking about the
conceptual.
screen porch or the front porch?
The front porch,
Okay.
which always seems like a rare porch to me.
It's an odd,
It's an odd
Yeah.
location. of
it's
that.
on,
Yeah,
it's on Macon Alley and Alexander.
yeah,
And
two
it's-
alleys.
And it's got a crank in the wall to accommodate the alley.
Yeah.
So what was the comment that it doesn't look?
I guess
You expected more glass?
it appeared, no, I don't have a problem with the solid. I just want to make sure that the exterior elevation looks like it's an infill porch.
Yeah, so I think that's why I kind of kept the post like as an element,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Okay,
then the walls are paneled between posts.
And set back from the face of the
Set
post?
back from
Yeah.
the face of the post.
I do
yeah.
see that it's slightly larger there. Just
Yeah,
the,
so
I wasn't reading that on the line work on.
that's
the
because it's
plate.
not on the
Yeah.
plate.
That's what I thought.
So yeah, I'll be a little
Yeah,
bit more detailed with that.
Sure.
Even a horizontal section through that, just to clarify, it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, that's kind of the next level. No sense in going through that effort if it's
Yeah.
if it's just a hard no.
Anything else?
So.
Any questions for us?
No, it's
Okay.
great feedback.
Great.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. $533 South Third Street conceptual. $648 South Grant conceptual. Swear you in.
All right.
Please promise, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I
I
do.
do.
State your names, please, and your role.
Andy Russ, I'm the owner.
And I'm Dominic Lupino with Residential Design Solutions,
Great.
the applicant.
Thank you, sirs.
All right. This is to remove existing sunroom to accommodate a new two-story addition, build a new second-story addition above the existing one-story portion of the house, remove existing brick chimney and flue stack from the east elevation of the two-story portion of the home, install a new third-floor dormer on the south elevation of the home, replace existing shutters on the front elevation. According to the 1901 and 1921-51 Sanborn maps, the property had two single-story additions on the rear of the main home that appear to be similar in sizing and configuration as what is currently there. Property was approved in 1981, COA 8155, to install good gold vinyl siding with white trim to cover up previously installed insule brick with white board and batten to be added to part of the first floor on south and north side to match existing board and batten siding on the rear. HPO staff recommends the commission first evaluate if the existing single-story additions are the ones depicted in the 1901 Sanborn maps and if they are still considered contributing to the main structure. Staff recommends the commission provide feedback to inform the applicant's design for review at a future GBC hearing. Basis of staff rec is 311612, standards for new construction, as well as 311611, standards for alteration, and German Village guidelines for alterations to existing structures, additions, as well as dormers and skylights.
It's a lot.
So the portion that we're asking to be demolished right now is currently, and I believe has always been, sort of an unconditioned sunroom type space.
That's the far,
That's the
East-
far end, yes.
far east
Left,
side. okay.
right side
Yep.
of the plan.
The one story with the shed roof.
Correct.
Okay.
It, like I said, it currently has a cinder block foundation that is different than the front portion of the house. And it is unconditioned as it is right now. It does have a sort of floor accessible door to steps down to the basement that is underneath the one-story portion of the house, which is currently a kitchen area. But we're looking to maintain that portion of the house that's now the kitchen, but build above it, add a second story to that.
Okay.
I apologize, the Sanborn maps were not included on the materials.
Which, yeah, we have to. Can you go back to the proposed floor plan?
Yeah, of course.
So it looks like. Okay, so you're maintaining the footprint. Are you maintaining the full footprint that's there now, just add?
Except
okay.
for demoing that sunroom.
Okay, so we'd have to determine whether the sunroom was
Yeah.
historic or not.
Correct.
That would be the first hurdle
Mhm.
in that piece.
And it does look like the addition is shifting from the, I believe, north. And
Yeah, and that's
So-
because of property line clearance.
That's correct.
Yeah. And I do
I will
apologize.
tell you that we don't allow demolition of chimneys. You might be able to do it inside the house where we can't see it, but the ones that come up out of the roof gotta stay.
Okay.
Okay?
We'll have
That
to-
is, that
we'll
is
have
a
to do a
rule.
design around.
That is, yeah, that is a rule we've got that we just do not.
Let me ask you this. It doesn't service anything inside the house. There
Yep.
was, it was a mechanical fluid.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Can we maintain just the portion above the roof?
yes.
Mhm.
Anything that's not
So
visible,
Structurally, if we hold it up, you're okay with us?
absolutely,
demoing
the
it
part
with it?
that's visible outside the building envelope.
It was something we wanted to know.
Yeah, and if you enclose the back part of that, which I think part of that is going to still be exposed, correct?
Just the very small part of the eave.
Okay, but what about below the?
That's
The part that's next to the window?
Which window are you talking about?
That
The one on
attic
the se-
window?
On the third
Next-
floor.
Yeah.
on the third floor?
Mhm.
Well, so we're basically extending that, the second floor.
Yeah.
The new roof for that second floor is covering up quite a bit portion of that.
But
That window
not-
would be gone.
But not all of it. So the part that we
Not
can
all-
still see has
not
to
all.
stay. Yeah, the part that we can see still has to stay. That's the point.
Including the window.
Mm,
Because
Window
most of that window would be gone.
yeah, so that's part of the conversation. Going
But
forward.
right, but the brick in the chimney,
Gotta,
we would maintain
gotta
the
stay.
veneer of that.
Yep, that's gonna stay.
But anything underneath the roof we would remove.
No, if it's a visible
I mean, not visible.
Yeah.
Within,
The
Yeah.
interior.
interior, if
Above
it's
the new-
interior, you can do what you want to.
right,
If we can see it right now, we can see it later, it's gotta stay.
okay,
I'm just making that point.
okay,
That's
yes.
That's
So
something we don't even,
the eave of that rear elevation is still visible. That
Yeah.
would stay the same.
Yeah.
The brick of the chimney will still stay the
Yeah.
same. It's just the window.
yeah, so I just
It's
want to
getting
clarify
cut.
the chimney piece.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So my only comment about this is your addition is way more architecture than the original building. I think that's a problem.
As far as the exterior material selections,
Cement selection, volume, the peaked roof on the back. It's very nice. The front house, and granted, the front house, I think we can say is at some point was modified with the Greek revival, broken pediment and all that stuff, which is not, I don't know when that happened.
It actually seems to be in three sections. There's the front that you can see.
Yep,
And then it had a chimney in between, which
Yep.
is what you see on the back.
yep,
They added a second portion.
yep,
Which they made into the kitchen.
yep,
Which actually doesn't serve as a kitchen because all she had in there was the original sink, porcelain sink,
Mhm.
one cabinet, and
the
no
refrigerator.
countertop.
Yeah.
Yeah, no countertop.
that would have been normal for,
Right.
She had it
Yeah.
since 1950.
yeah, that would have been normal for post
I
World
knew her
War I.
well, and
Yeah.
when she passed, her daughter said she wanted me to have it
Okay,
or to buy it because she wanted me to have first dibs on it.
that's nice.
So it's not even livable for two people, to be
Yeah.
honest. It's only 1,500 square feet.
My comment is the front elevation
Yes.
is with the split pediment and all that stuff.
There is also, when you go up the front half, the front section that you see actually sits close, we're right on the sidewalk. The
Yep.
other homes are all set back.
Yeah,
But that first addition or the first original piece in the front is actually about a foot or a foot and a half higher. When I walked in, everything in the front there has a step down. The master bedroom's on the front top.
Mm,
There's a step down of a foot and a half to get to the hallway. The living room is also sloped down. The second part is actually sunk down below
Mm.
the first. And so they added on what appeared to be a bedroom in that middle section. That's actually where her daughter said she grew up, was in that middle section there. The bedroom is slanted. It slopes down toward the back of the house. And it's just really unusable. You can't even use it as an office. It's very, very small. So it only has the two bedrooms.
It has,
One
it has the
bath.
2 bedrooms in the front portion of the house. It
Mhm.
has a
One bathroom.
non-compliant bedroom within the attic space
mm,
Yeah.
of the rear portion of the house. So we wanted to maintain at least 3 bedrooms
And more than one bathroom.
in this proposed remodel, and more than 1 bathroom.
Right.
I'm
As
wondering,
odd as the existing architecture is, I mean, it's been there forever, it's contributing.
Right.
Doesn't really match anything typically in German Village. But we just had one of those conversations also. It is what it is. My concern is that what you're proposing architecturally is much more complex and sophisticated than what the original building was. And that's not what the guidelines. distance to go.
I would suggest maybe that could be fixed by de-emphasizing the roof.
Yes, that's my point.
Did a very shallow pitched roof over those portions that we call out as metal. I think that might help you.
I mean, this is almost French to me.
Yeah.
The back part, anyway, whatever you want to call it,
Right.
okay, but
Right.
what I'm saying it's. I
You
think
wanted
you're
to
right.
Look like it,
emphasize the
but
rear
that's not the
addition.
intent.
No, I know it's not. But you're talking to somebody that's just seen it and gone, oh, this
Yeah.
looks French.
We want to blend it right in with the
Yeah.
original.
Yeah,
Well,
but I think it needs to be simplified
right.
down.
I'm thinking almost from street view, if we do a very shallow pitch roof, you won't even hardly see the roof.
Yeah,
from
I
street
think
view.
that's a good direction to be going in.
Okay.
So then would you still be able to do the dormer?
That far back in the original?
Yeah, so
That's-
that we can open that one
They're
small.
allowed dormers as long
room.
as they're in the back of the existing building. Towards the back of the existing
Mhm.
building.
And for
Is
them
that
to be at
really-
least a foot from the ridge,
Yeah.
typically, not to join into the ridge for dormers. Just add that note in, sorry.
You have to lower.
I'm sorry, would you say I was looking at? the-
Yeah.
Oh, you're fine. Per the guidelines, it shouldn't actually meet up to the ridge. It should be set down maybe about a
Well,
foot from the ridge
I'm
line.
just trying to get as much, I need
Headroom.
headroom
Yeah.
in there. Right now, it's sort of an open space that they were obviously using for living space, but it's, in order for me to get that third bedroom, I needed to get ceiling height in there.
Get it, and maybe you just change the pitch of that.
I'm,
roof.
and
Yeah.
again, if you're okay with me doing a flat dormer roof,
Or less sloped,
even less sloped,
yeah.
just get it below that ridge line.
Mhm.
And again, the addition in the back, from actually standing at the street, you probably won't even hardly see the
It
roof.
also has to be pulled back from the sidewall too.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, what's that?
The face of the dormer has to be pulled back from the sidewall.
Is there a a certain distance that you require?
Yeah,
Again.
As long as they don't, just as long as they don't align.
I'm just trying to get a bedroom.
I know, but just as long as they don't align.
As long as it doesn't align with the second floor exterior wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think a sloped dormer seems to be more consistent with the German Village dormer applications than flat dormer.
No, I won't do flat.
Okay.
It'll just be
I think
very
it needs
shallow.
to-
Flat slope.
It'll just be very shallow.
And I think the roof on the addition, going back to what the other commissioners were saying, I think overall the height of the addition should be less
No.
dominant than the original.
I think
house.
if, right now it's shown as 1212, the main portion,
Yeah.
and if that was sort of a design to maybe give an option of doing a vaulted ceiling in the bedroom, I think we're okay with
Can you get it down to the,
doing it like a
to the other
412
ridge?
pitch or 312.
Can you get it down to the other
Could
ridge
be.
that you're,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Is it actually?
Pardon?
It's just showing, is it just the drawing showing that it's like coming around, like L-shaped? Is it the same height as that?
No, basically what you have is the new addition is almost a square, is a square. So it's a pyramidal shaped
Yeah.
roof. And then there's a portion roof that has a slightly lower eave plate height, shallower pitch that is connecting it to the existing house. We're just saying de-emphasize those roofs
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
to get it
Get the
less
massing down.
prominent.
Get the massing down. Yep. Any comments on the board and batten on the back?
That's what it presently has. If you go to the one photo,
Yep.
there's the white board batten on the back.
Yep.
So we wanted to just keep that the same. And in fact, I want to keep my gas light, which still operates.
Does it? Cool.
Yeah. Yes, her father built that home. And she moved in with the parents. When she met her husband, the two of them moved in with the parents that built the home. And then she had two children, and she raised those two children in the house with the other four people. So it's been in the same family for generations. And she was meticulous. And that house was meticulous inside.
Stands
And-
out on the street.
Yeah, and yeah, unfortunately it does. It sits way on the sidewalk.
I'm not saying unfortunately, I'm saying
Well, I mean,
that's great.
but she kept everything, you know, the best she could, and she was 95 when she passed, and her daughter came over and said to me, my mom would like to know if you would like to buy the house. And I need to do that because I don't want her to come after me. So I said, you know, sure. I said, I love the house. I said, and of course, she knows it needs work inside too. She said it's very, you know, everything in it is from day one, but it's got a lot of history.
So any other comments from the commission? So I think we need to verify the historic significance of both the additions. Take a look at the historic maps and see what they've got in them. I'd like to see what other COAs were on this, Morgan.
We can definitely do that. I will
When we
say
go
there were.
forward and bring that for the next one. Just to see if there was any history. Any other pictures or anything else that may have occurred? I know there's a COA for the siding. I saw that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But we can include.
It still has the original underneath, and she had a portrait of it above the
Did she?
fireplace. Yeah.
Oh,
And she
nice.
kept that.
Yeah.
It was
And
just
then-
like a fake brick. Kind of, I don't know what it was called back then, but
mean,
it
Insel brick.
looked just like brick, but.
Insel brick, yeah.
Yeah,
something
right.
like that,
I mean,
yeah. Well, you would know.
it was done in portions, this house.
Oh, yeah.
You could see it from the
Wait,
structure.
just out of curiosity, when you were talking about the step down in the floor plan, the existing floor plan, where does that occur?
On the second floor.
Just on the second floor?
Yeah.
Not on the first floor?
That front room on the second floor, there's a step down to the hallway.
Okay.
Is that portion? Or this
Uh,
portion?
Yes, it would be
No, the plan below, yeah, that
second
one,
floor,
yeah,
right here.
right where that door is.
Entire section is taller than the rest of the house.
So looking at the basement, was that a one-room house when it was originally built or? do you-
Yes, that's what I mean. I believe the original structure is just that front portion.
Okay, the front room. Yeah,
It was a 2 wide brick structure.
yeah.
The second portion, maybe the next portion towards the back.
Yeah.
Was originally a 1 story, I believe, just because we've done some demo inside. The plate height was down and then they built up above an original plate
Yeah.
height to get a second story on there. So there were many
Yeah.
steps in the building
Yep.
of this house.
Yeah, in fact, there was an original front door in between the two sections that we uncovered in between the plastered walls.
Mm.
And your question about the foundation, there's foundations at each of those sections as you go
Cool.
back.
Okay. So
I'll-
understanding some of the history and what's contributing and not contributing will certainly help.
And just to add real quick, just from staff's perspective, just looking through the documents, it does appear that there is a dormer existing
Yes.
already on the
other
property.
side.
So on this
That-
side,
That's where the stair is that's
Okay.
accessing that.
and
door.
is that a shed or a gable?
It's a gable.
Gable, okay.
It's a gable with a very
And we'll need,
small.
eventually we will need existing floor plans and elevations of the whole thing.
Yes.
And
that's
then,
proposed.
yeah, would the commission be fine with 2 different style dormers on the structure? If there is a gable and a shed roof, just to food
Yeah,
for
that's,
thought.
that's a conversation. I think we've allowed it in the past.
And that's just to note that since it wasn't in the
Brought me
plans.
more room.
Anything else? Anything else that we can, any questions or anything?
So Should I wait for a determination on that sun first, though? To know whether you're gonna allow us to demo the sunroom?
We could recommend coming back conceptually again when we have that information included. So if there's any other information such as interior photos that you want to submit just for the commission to evaluate the condition of the sunroom.
So
and
make some
report back.
modifications to the conceptual drawings, additional elevations.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah, and come conceptually again. And we can include the Sanborn maps. I do apologize. I thought I did for these materials, but they don't seem to be included.
I would
so-
highly recommend coming back for another conceptual review before you go for action.
Right.
Because it just keeps you rolling through the process. If you come from action and we do a continuance, it gets a little more rigid.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
And for the deadline for that, just to let you guys know, it is a week after this meeting to be on February. So it would be the 14th. It would have to be a new application because it's conceptual. But of course, needing more time for design, then, you know, the deadline for March isn't until I think February 5th. So there's additional time there, but just for timeline wise.
My client will get working on it.
Well,
Thank you very
All
much.
thank you.
Thank
We have no new business?
No new business.
No old business?
No, I don't think so, Commissioner
Anything
Thiel.
else from the commissioners? If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Tell Anthony, we look forward to him